Hello, hello, hello. Give it a little bit. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Don't mind me. Just, messing with my desktop audio settings again. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't know. Just gonna tweak some of these. It's just a little bit quieter, I think. Yeah. It's just a little bit quieter. Yeah. Okay. So, hello. What we're going to be working on today is just trying to wrap up this UI stuff, and then hopefully I'll be able to actually break this out into its own thing, which should be kind of cool. So we'll give it a try, I guess. We'll give it a try. Anyways, this is what we have running, and oh, that's good. That's fine. Actually, you know what? Let's restart the editor real quick. I did switch the branch I was working off of, because I had to do a little bit of debugging off stream. I don't usually do too much work on this when I'm not streaming. Sometimes I do. Most of the time I try not to, though. Because I think part of the cool part about this project is that most of the work on this has been, you know, streamed live. Ooh, baby. So this is where we're at, though. This is where we're at, which is, takes a little bit to load. And look at that. You have, one, it's a reactive UI, which is kind of cool. And two, boom, you can click on stuff. There's a bounding box between on everything that you can click. Might change that in the future, though. Not sure. It has something to do with the fact that I'm styling the buttons a little bit differently. So we'll see what we want to do there. It's not too bad right now, though. Oh, and actually, you know what? I made a huge mistake. I'll be right back. I clicked the start streaming button, started tweaking my audio settings, click start streaming, and now I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Hello. I'm back. He do be back though. So let's see. Let's go back into here and start creating the second layout. So the idea here is that our config data is I've already kind of pre-sorted my config stuff. So there's the model stuff, the tracking stuff. So let's go to, why is tests open? Anyways, go into resources. We'll add a tracking.xml file. Oh baby. We can open up our model.xml file as well. Look at this. Model. Or no, this is a view. The name is going to be tracking, and then this is what's pulled into the UI. Creates the button and all that. So it's very specific to whatever I need it to do. But I think in the future there is a way for me to break this out. At least this part, which I think is actually pretty cool. Oh no, that might be the Java developer in me crying out for help. Who knows? Okay. So let's see. What we want to display for face tracking is actually not that much stuff. Not that much stuff. I think there's like a there's a should track eye. Yeah, there it is actually. So what things do we want to display on this page? I think once you take out like tracking mapped bones and all that, there's actually not too much stuff to kind of configure with face tracking, right? I don't know. Anyways, let's open up the GUI again. How are we handling input? Okay, that's how we're handling input. It's just input. So there's the name. That's it. Yeah. What do you know? It's just name. Yeah. It's just name. Inputs. So name is going to be translation. Oh. Translation damp. Is this how I did it here? Yes. So there's also an associated event. Okay. How am I handling events for anything or pretty much everything? If this data has events, then we want to results each base element has an event. Good to know. It's been a little bit. I'm coming back to it. Is it called input element? Oh baby. So on text entered, and then text entered. I believe for line edits, text entered when they press key enter on it. Okay. So we need to have event is equal to translation damp. Oh baby. And now we're just gonna slap all of these into here. So this is also another input. Rotation damp. Event rotation damp. Just gotta fill this all out now. Additional bone damp. Going all uppercase for all the names here. Don't really know why. When everything's a title, nothing's a title, but it do be like that sometimes. Damp. Also, you know, ultra clicky keyboard is kind of messing with my head. Let's see. feel like anything... I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the UI layout. I think I might just place everything in the left column for now, and then we'll think about moving things around later. You know what? This is a perfect time for one of these. Just a label. Label. Name equals. So these are just damps. Looking real damp there. And then these are like name, I don't know, like model parameters. Model manipulation. Which kind of out of context sounds a little insidious. And then I'm gonna have to need some sort of receiver for these since I don't have, I guess, a type associated with these. Right, so an input element. Let's see. On text entered. Oh, you know, we can do something like this. So in the config manager, no, not config manager, GUI. So this is where we can start branching off this kind of logic here. Since this logic is pretty much the same thing except for changing the result. But also we can do something like if data has, like, so if data has type. So if you define a type, then we can do result dot input type is equal to data type. Right, and then here we'll do var data type, which is some sort of string. Then on ready, well, no, then we can do here if data type and oh, hello Ren. Still rewriting the menu, or did you finish that? I am still rewriting it. However, it is this is exactly what I'm doing. So previously the menu was a mix of dynamically generated elements and hard-coded elements, which is, to be fair, kind of what you want for a menu. However, I kind of realized since I'm already dynamically generating everything, why not just move everything into an XML file and then parse it like that? With the primary reason being, it sounded like a cool idea to me at the time. And so that's what we're doing. Yeah, I can demonstrate what I have so far. So it mostly works actually, which is the the crazy part. I just need to finish writing it. So the hard part is done. Now I just need to hook everything up. So data type and match data type, and let's see, what kind of matches do we want to do on data type? So you can have a string, and then we can have float. That's pretty much it, yeah. Right, because then you can do, since this is a string, you can do as, or is valid. Okay, so we can do is valid float, is valid integer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we do want to do float and then integer. Integer. Yeah. And let's do a double match here. Yeah, so the UI needed to be rewritten. Even if I didn't want to go with this format and I just wanted to hard code everything, shouldn't be too bad since the main bulk of it has already been done here, which is neat. So this is the main part. This is done. So not too hard to rip out the XML part and get with a more traditional UI system. So let's see. These need to have a type appended to them. So this is going to be some sort of float. Pretty much everything is going to be some sort of float. Type equals some sort of float. Let's see, this is head bone. I'm going to title case with everything. Head bone. And then the event that we're going to be emitting is just a head bone. And then type is going to be string lowercase. You know what? Because I know I'm going to be confused by this. I think I'm also going to pass in the uppercase string. I know me, and I do know I had to idiot-proof some of my code for later me. Let's see. This is apply translation event. Let's see, apply translation. Oh, and then there's type. Oh, actually, this is not an input, right? This is a toggle. Quack, quacks. See. Quack, quack. Hello, 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 DeadSect. How are you doing today? I don't think people do the sussy baka meme anymore, so get with the times, old man. Kappa. Oh, hello, Knock. Thank you for the 3-month resubscription. That's here too. Much appreciated. Thank you for redeeming a hydrate, DeadSec. Let's drink some water real quick. You know, I ate a like a pretty big Euro plate for lunch. I've just been super dehydrated ever since I did that. So I really should be drinking more water. Where's my duck? It's always not. All right, so check it out, Knock. I rewrote this, so now we can fling you around, and also the best part, we can duckify you. He's done it. He's done it. You're now a duck. And we can also make you slightly bigger. Actually, very big. You can stay a mushroom, though. We'll make you a small boy. Actually, no. We'll make you chunky. Make you a duck. Alright. You're also a duck. Actually, we can also just click randomize. And also, check it out. Implemented this command. Just randomize minion. Boom. And then custom command. I can drag this just onto screen. So if you can type in just a sequence of commands. It doesn't even have to be the exact word. So it can be like jump, duck, chonk. So it'll jump everyone. And also just do the command, basically. Look at that. But I'm gonna randomize myself. Actually, I'm randomizing DeadSec. Where's me? I'll be a person. Also, it does give me an easy way to look at your chat history as well. So you better watch yourself. I'm always monitoring you. Yeah, actually, now everyone's a duck. Alright, Rogue Rain can be red. Lua is the best programming language. Lua is okay. Lua is okay. If only it wasn't indexed at 1. And then Chew. Did you just kiss me, Uwu? Or is that like a Pikachu? Pikachu. Pikachu. One of those. Maybe one indexing is the true indexing scheme. Alright, ban this boy. It's heresy if I've ever seen it. Ever heard of it. Anyways, and maybe. Check it out. What I'm writing is I'm redoing the input, or not the input system, the UI system. So one, I have censored the entire kind of data structure or data flow through just a GUI script. And because of that, I thought it'd be really fun. To just have the entire GUI be laid out via XML file. So it's almost like writing a piece of HTML, except there's no like real tags. It's just, or there's not really any real like text input, I suppose. Oh, hello, Dota 2 Attitude. How are you doing today? Hopefully you haven't been sullied too much by your Dota 2 games. Interpolation options. XML. This is definitely an idea. I thought you hated XML. You know, I've really come around to XML. As long as you don't have to do like XML tags, like WDSDL, blah blah blah, some other BS, and then you have to keep writing the tag, then some options here, and then you need to close the tag like that. As long as I'm not doing that, that's fine. As long as everything is just its own label. League is better, someone told me yesterday. Interpolation, I thought you were doing the menu. Oh, no, so I'm putting together the entire menu, so I do need to put everything together. Oh, hello, Gareth. Nice to see you. You have not been on Ababur recently. I've been missing you. So this is toggle. I quit. Nice, good job. You've finally broken free. Yeah. We're talking about Dota 2. I feel like I played the original Dota at one of my friends' houses back when I was in middle school. Had no idea what I was doing. Got flamed really hard. So and also I didn't own Warcraft 3. Then, played League, thought it was pretty fun. Played Dota 2, thought it was also pretty fun. But I was absolutely trash at Dota 2. Because of got too used to the turning system of League of Legends. Since in Dota, you actually have turn speed. Whereas in League, you don't. At least, I don't think you do. Unless they've added that recently. Oh, accurate said with the maturity of a boomer. Thank you, thank you. I do pride myself on being able to explain things in a very boomer-esque way. That is part of my job, after all. Alright, so that's our interpolation. And then these are just miscellaneous options. So this is, I don't know, miscellaneous. How do you spell miscellaneous? It's miscellaneous. No, miscellaneous. No. How do you spell miscellaneous? Misc. Let's go with miscellaneous. Misc. Is that your job title? Boomer explainer? It might be. It really should be at this point, since that's a big portion of my job. It's just explaining fairly complicated concepts, actually. I won't say simple concepts, fairly complicated concepts to people who should not have their job, so. Miscellaneous. Zoomer explainer. I am explaining things to Zoomers in chat, presumably. So I'm both. I'm a boomer zoomer explainer. Professionally. Miscellaneous. It's too late. To really seal the deal, I'm gonna add a period. Anyways, all of these are all kind of tracked. I think they're tracked. Where are they tracked? I've completely forgotten. Signal broadcaster. Look at this. So we have this really weird system where each of my UI elements is kind of bounces out to the signal broadcaster, which is, I don't remember where I stored this. Where is signal broadcaster stored? Or where is it referenced? Is it referenced in my app manager? And GUI. Let's see. No, this is in utils. Oh, okay. Hands up everyone that's not a zoomer or boomer. Hello, that's me. My friend just told me that her work did the absolute dumbest remote works I've ever heard of. Oh baby, tell me more. Tell me more. All the recruiters that have been reaching out to me have only wanted me to, you know, go into the office. So it's tough. People want workers to go into the office because they want to keep track of what they're doing, which is bad for me since I kind of slack off during the day. Oh, millennial here. Common mistake of a boomer by zoomers. So spiritually, you're a boomer. I feel you. It's a little unfortunate, but have you reached your midlife crisis yet, Dota 2? Make everyone Linux USBs and have them log into a VPN to access a remote ruinous image. Hey, that's pretty much what I have. That's pretty much my work setup. Except backwards, right? So I run Linux on my laptop, or my work laptop. I'm given a Windows virtual desktop that I have to, you know, log into, and then I log into a Linux box from there. And let me tell you, it's absolute garbage. She works for an insurance company at an office job. Oh baby. Insurance company. Is it Aon? I heard Aon's text system is pretty bad. But you didn't hear that from me. This is the Geico. She Warren Buffett. Yes, she's working at an insurance company because she's really bored. Had too much money, retired from investing. But you know how it do. You know how it do. You know, insurance companies and banks are actually almost in the same sector. There are actually some consulting groups actually group them under the same umbrella, just financial services, because they pretty much do the same thing if you think about it. It's just that, you know, banks encourage you to increase the amounts of money that you store with them, and the consumer is happy to do that, right? The insurance company wants you to increase the amount of money that you store with them, and the consumer is not happy to do that. But the things that they do with the money is about the same. They invest it. Warren Buffett owns Geico. Oh. Caught me, I'm friends with Warren Buffett. I did not know that. I'm trying to remember my schooling knowledge about insurance companies. Geico is one of the weird ones. Geico, it's like in between like a major insurer, or it's one of the direct to consumers insurers, not like State Farm, which usually goes through agents. I think think that's the big difference. Is that usually if you want to go to like a big one, like I feel like Nationwide and like State Farm, those are more of like a corporate insurers, I think. Or corporate style anyways. Whereas Geico is a direct-to-consumer seller. Geico is a good investment because they have a bunch of capital on hand that they can reinvest. That's pretty much all insurance companies though, right? The banking model and the insurance model is pretty much the same in how they make money. As odd as that sounds. Anyways, this is what I've been working on. Almost there. Okay, well, how do I get this button to show up again? I've forgotten. So it's in the parser step. XML files to parse. Append. Actually, that should have worked. What the heck? Is it not here? Or does it need a script? Geico's new slogan is kind of funny. 15 minutes could, well, you know. Hey kids, do you want to save 20% or more or 10% more on your car insurance? Hey kids. Do you not want to be thrown in jail for not having car insurance? Do you build the GUI at start time? I do. I parse it on start every single time. So, theoretically, and because the GUI files are also stored in this resource folder, and also I do have just a script, so you can add a script if you want at runtime. It is very pluggable, and it does make it possible for the user to be able to rearrange the GUI if they want. Why is it useful? It's not, but I thought it'd be cool, which is the only reason why I'm doing it. I'm just trying to remember why this isn't working. So, oh, it's the metadata. I need to add it to the metadata. Why did I do it like this? Oh, I did it like this because it would give me a double read sometimes. Okay, so let's do. Actually, here's a question for you technology nerds in chat. So when you're parsing a XML file, if you only have a close tag like this, I don't know, testing, right? And you start parsing it, normal parsers will actually read this tag once and then close this tag once, because I think that might be invalid XML. Is just having, if you just have one open and close, one combined open close tag. But if you do it like this, it reads it properly just once and once. But after this menu, the physics are next, right? You have to make the booba jiggle work. So that's tough, right? So going back to this, we can load in the anime girl if we want to demonstrate. Actually, this anime girl does not have any booba jiggle. There is no booba. Oh geez, and also her neck is broken. So that does sound familiar. I have a look-see. Oh baby. Yeah. So physics are broken in this version because of some regression in Godot. So they used to work, they no longer work right now. We'll have to, it's not really on me right now to fix, although I could, and then submit a pull request to the Godot VRM people. But it's not me. It wasn't my fault. It just kind of happened. Anyways, hello, we're back. Look at that, presets totally work. It's now super clean. Ooh. So now we can quick load in and out. It's the VR thing. Yeah, it's not the VR thing. Actually, it's actually just base Godot. They kind of changed how something worked. Also, thank you for the follow Dota 2 attitude. Just noticed. but it's the VRM loading. So I think I know how to fix it, but it's kind of a big task. So yeah, I can fix it. I don't really want to fix it though. Ah. Okay. Oh. Oh. So if it has a view. Oh, okay. So not all views will have a script, by the way. So base view. Okay. So let's do this. If data dot data data has script scropped, then we'll do all of this. Should I make an issue on Godot's GitHub or not bother? It's a known factor. I think they already know about it, from what I can tell. So you shouldn't bother, I guess. I'm already in contact. That's what I should say. And okay, XML does support self-closing tags. Yeah, but does XML support self-closing tags if it's the only tag in the file? Or does it do a double read? Like I know it does support self-closing tags, but does it read it twice if it's the only thing in the file? Because then it might be a bug with Godot's built-in XML parser then. Because it doesn't play nice with just one single close tag. Sounds like an implementation issue. Yeah, it could be. Anyways, this is the workaround. And actually, you could put whatever you want here. And I'm pretty sure it'll just work. Just wait for it. Ah! Invalid set index input type. Value of type string. Oh. Wait. What did I set input type to? Oh. Wait a minute. Data type. Result input type. Oh, data type. Let's call it data type. We're getting there. Check it out. Please work. Yeah, it's very dark. Oh, because they're displaying over each other. Ah. But you can kind of see what I was going for here. we can hide the model. The model stuff manually. And so this is what I just implemented in the tracking.xml. Do need to strip out the .xml part, but we'll get around to it. So translation damp, and you'll just type in everything here, blah, blah, blah. And then the next screen I'll be building out is the feature view screen, presets, and then just app data stuff. How are you gonna handle hooking up handlers? All right, so check this out. It's already handled, more or less. So we go to GUI. Actually, that's weird. The buttons should be using, I'm just realizing something. The buttons should not be using the .xml name. Hold on. XML file. When do we add the button? When do we add the button? Base view. When do we add the button though? XML get file. Oh, get file, and then we need to. Let me add it to do. That's not it. That's not it. To do. Get rid of the XML suffix. You've handled the handlers? Yes. Handling handlers has been handled. Sort of. So they're not actually connected to anything, but we do this here. Here. No. Where are they handled? Emit signal, so they are handled somewhere, hold on. I swear I wrote this. On events. So this is hooked up somewhere. Yeah, it's hooked up here. So whenever we create new elements, so we have the generate UI elements thing here, returns an element, which is of type control, and then we connect just event to on event. And of course, I've just made everything be able to return an event, more or less, because of base elements here. So thanks. Let us all thank object-oriented programming for that. And then on events, I don't know. So like you can see here, input events, on text entered, which is a line edit. It emits the signal. Our central GUI handler then handles whatever event comes in. So then it's either an event of type array. So I think inputs elements. Let me see if I can show this. Oh, this is still broken, by the way. This doesn't have any input elements, but it has a lot of toggle elements. So toggle elements will have, will send over an array of elements. Let me see what they're called. Is it handled here? Yes. So it'll send over the element name. So this would be move model, and it would actually come as the internal event name that I've defined here. So it's just events move model, move underscore model, along with the value of the toggle. Or for buttons, it would just send the element name, which is also just the event load model. But then what I've done from there, I'm not actually sure. Let's see, how far did I go with this? Signal broadcaster, which is my kind of event singleton for GUI signals. Yeah, we'll rebroadcast out all the GUI signals out to the appropriate handlers. Yeah. So it's handled. I just need to hook this up now, which isn't too hard. So if we wanted to hook it up right now, we can go to basic model and have basic model kind of actually, I don't think basic model wants to connect to this. I think this is actually a GUI thing that we want to connect to. So in ready, there's model loaded. Let's see. Am I connecting to all the right things? I think I am. We'll go to app manager, SB, connect. Let's see, we want to connect to, I think move model, right? Unhandled inputs. So if should modify bone, and then if should move model. Yeah, we have the model, I think. Yeah. So we connect it to move model. Self on move model. So yeah, the structure's all here. The structure's all here. We just need to hook everything up, which is easier said than done, I suppose. Easier said than done. So we can start doing this really quickly. Rotate model just to see if it works. Can also disable the other view really easily just by modifying my metadata.xml. Yeah. I think this goes in nicely with how I want the kind of entire UI to work as well. So everything is centralized. Whereas previously, it was the individual views that were modifying things, which would, I don't know, it was very fractured for very little benefits. Or not very fractured, very compartmentalized with very little benefit. On zoom model. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I can see it getting a bit out of hand if you're not careful enough. Yeah. I think the XML stuff can be pretty easily ripped out, right? Because that's just handling dynamic generation. So if I wanted to just do it all in GD scripts, I could just have those GD script files kind of call this function here, generate UI elements, and then that would do almost the same thing. Or it wouldn't even need to do that. It would just need to handle like hooking up each element. So probably put like some export vars, like export var events, export var whatever. But yeah. Unless you're talking about central handling of all signals, in which case, yeah, maybe. I mean, I've already experimented with, you know, super fragmented handling of all signals, and that was really tough. So I think this is a slightly better solution for now. Load model. All right, and you might be noticing here that there are two signals that are very similar to each other, model loaded and load model. But I assure you that those are two very different things. One is a post callback from the model, where the other one is like a button callback. So these are all GUI callbacks. Whereas this is whenever the model that you're currently trying to load in is completely loaded, then it emits that signal. I don't see XML being a problem. We're hooking up the events. I think the events are hooked up pretty easily. It's just this part where you have to broadcast out to some singleton and then broadcast back down, which can be a little tough. I suppose I could just intercept some events here, right? So instead of just rebroadcasting events, so I'm already intercepting each event, right? And then rebroadcasting out, and then the signal broadcaster rebroadcasts the rebroadcasts. Yeah, so I could intercept them here, but for now, I think it's easier if everything just goes through the signal broadcaster, since we're not super concerned with, you know, efficiency. Because I think this does take 3 frames to process. So there is a bit of input lag, but I think this is good. You can improve later if necessary. Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Set model as default. I actually don't think this is where this should actually, yeah, I don't think I should be handling this here. Yeah. Yeah, I think set model as default should probably be handled in the config manager. Yeah. Okay, so reset model transform. On reset model transform. That's still one word I'm really bad at typing. It's transform. Because I always type in transform. That bites me in the back every single time. Okay, so this is reset model pose. Also, I'm back to using my kind of IBM ThinkPad style mechanical keyboard with the little little ThinkPad nipple in the middle, which is why my typing speed is a lot slower than it usually is. I swear I'm a lot faster. You gotta love muscle memory. Yeah, I really like typing the word from. I have no idea why. Then bone toggled. So that's gonna be tough. Actually, I remember now. This is one of the big things I identified as being a problem. Is that I built this entire system out assuming that there was only gonna be a max of 2 like exports from each element that I would need to keep track of. But that's not the case. So for example, bone toggled. That's not necessarily true. Actually, where do I even emit bone toggled, by the way? I don't remember. Toggle, type toggle. Data mapped bones. Oh man, I remember this. I did some fancy code here to handle lists. Then each toggle results element type. And then, okay, so inside of the list element, we then do some setup. We grab all of the model stuff. Event bones. Oh yeah, I remember this. That's hard coded. Why is this hard coded again? Am I crazy? Oh no. Bone name, get bone name, parent, generate UI elements. This makes sense. When do I call setup? Results. I know this is working because this actually works right now. And if I toggle anything, it's gonna throw an error. Yeah, because I'm receiving data and then just immediately discarding it. Which is what the errors are coming as right now. So error calling a method from signal. It does not exist. Method not found. Anyways, how am I doing this again? How are these being generated? Who came up with this? Let's go to it's in the screens, GUI, elements, and then the list element. Let's open that up. Let's restart. Let's see what happens. So on model added, on model loaded. Oh. Who made this? Oh, when you say that, it's always a bad sign when the original programmer doesn't remember how this works. But this makes sense, I think. This makes sense. Get tree, get nodes in group list, and then we have to call setup. And then the tough part is that this actually does not make sense for all types of lists. How many lines of code is OpenCFace GD now? I don't know. Is there a way to easily check the lines of code in a project? I would estimate that there's at least 5 lines of code. Probably more, not sure. There are tools. Yeah, okay, well, let's Google it. Let's Google it. Check. Can you check the number of lines of code from a GitHub repository? Alright, count number of lines in a Git repository, which is local. Git ls files. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just copy and paste this command. I haven't even checked. I don't know. Send it. Yeah. This is word count lines, right? Nice. Actually, how do I... It says there's over 100,000 lines of code. But that doesn't seem right, because it's also including the texting files. How do you filter by file type? Oh, grep. We do a grep. Grep for GD, right? He's doing it. He's done it. It's only about 7,000 lines of code. So, honestly, not that bad. Not that bad. Considering that most of it is written in GD scripts, and then I now have these new XML files, which take up almost none. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Anyways, element type. Whoa, the repo is pretty big. Yeah, I don't remember why the repo is pretty big though, or why it's so big. I think it's because I've actually included a few models in it. So, but that still doesn't explain why it's so big. I'm not sure. I should probably check on that, yeah. It doesn't make any sense as to why it's 160 megabytes. But I don't know. The only thing I can think of right now is because I've accidentally included in the face tracker. That's always possible. Why is it so big? Is it because of the shaders? It's possible. Entities? Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way of checking. Anyways, let's do this. We can, so what is element type? What am I setting that to? Is that's set here in model.xml. So that's type toggle, but that still doesn't really help. Oh, you know what? It's the data type. The data type that is doing a thing. The Git repo itself is 176 megabytes? Really? Is there a way to check what the the files are that are taking up so much space? This is how you do it? Had a large file committed in the past. You know what? That's probably true. Is there a way to clean that up? I wonder, is it because I used to have OpenC face? Like the face tracker? I think I committed the face tracker itself at one point by accident. I'm pretty sure that's why. I think that would explain a lot. Hooray for programming! So data type. Let's see. What am I using data for? Data. Oh, am I not using data at all? Or is it, Git does let you remove big objects, but it's a hassle. Okay, I'll probably have to do that off stream then. That's unfortunate. A huge blunder on my part, for sure. But like all things, we'll get around to it when we get around to it. Let me see. What am I using data for again? So I'm not using it, so I think that's the first mistake, is for whatever reason I've decided to do this. Yeah. What was I thinking when I was doing this? What we should be doing is, if not data has type, element type must be specified for lists, and then also if not data has data, hit it with just an error message. Data mapping must be specified for lists. So we're gonna rewrite this really quick. Return result, so we just return an empty or incomplete result with an error. So let's do data mapping. So it's some sort of string. Yeah, and then we'll just have to do like a raw string get on config manager. Data mapping is equal to data. One of these. So data isn't used, but that's fine. Or maybe, no, that's fine. Well, yeah, I think that data mapping makes more sense. And then here in setup, we'll have to do, we won't do this anymore for sure, because this is just hard coded for like one view, which is the selecting bones, which is not what we want to do. We could always do like a really big match, because there's only a few kind of lists I even support. Right, there's like the bone tracking lists, there's like the props list, and then there's the preset lists. There's really only 3 types of lists. And this is gonna have to change to be 2 toggles actually. So there's the, tracking toggle, and then there's also the like modify pose toggle. Yeah. Did a quick check, the Latifa model is pretty huge. Is the Latifa model still in there? Did I? No? Oh, it's in the Git history though, right? What a pain. Darn you, 3D modeling. Alright, so we're going to do a match on data mapping. And let's just have some consts somewhere. So these are our XML constants, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, you know what? Let's just hard code it for now. And hopefully I'll remember to get back to it. So, alright, that's it for me. I gotta head off. Good luck with the GUI stuff, mate. Thank you. Appreciate your continued support, Knock, and take it easy. Also, thank you for bringing to my attention that the repo is huge. I never realized. So mapped bones. Also, thank you again for the resub. Support is always appreciated, but not required. So mapped bones. We'll do all of this. Yeah, I think at some point this does have to be. It does have to be hard coded at some point. Sure, mate. All right. Take it easy, Knock. Have a good rest of your day. So match data mapping. Mapped bones, and we'll do all of this. Yeah, that makes sense. One last thing about Git. Look up BFG repo cleaner. All right, let's look it up right now. BFG repo cleaner. Ooh, look at that. It's on GitHub. That's good. Ooh. Written in Scala. Ooh, a JVM language. Ooh. Okay. That might be interesting to look into, yeah. Let's keep this open. Let's actually add it straight into my notes. Oh, baby. Alright, really heading off now. Alright, get out of here, Knock. You have other things to do with your day. I know my place. I'm second. It's okay, I'm not offended. So data mapping, so now this is solved. Because it doesn't really make too much sense to map to other types of data. But then we'll, oh yeah, and then we're also just pulling from mapped bones. Yeah, okay, yeah, this makes sense now, right? So that should still work once we run it. Yeah. So let's start setting up the handler functions as well. So let's open up a second GUI here. Then we have all of our connections on model loaded. That's fun. Then we can do func on move model. This doesn't take any parameters. Most of these don't take any parameters, actually. Right, signal broadcaster, there's only... Actually, move model does take a parameter. Alright, the one thing I was almost confident in is actually false. Anyways, bool. Let's see, this needs a change. Should move model? Yeah. Why am I doing these in separate areas? I don't remember. On move model, then should move model is equal to value. Easy. And then this one, similarly, this is should on rotate model, which takes some sort of value as a parameter. Void return should rotate. Hey, should spin model. You know what? Let's change that. Spin model. Where is this used? It's used in several places. So let's do change all occurrences should rotate model. Okay. Should rotate model is equal to value. Func on zoom model. Let's see, some sort of bool. Should zoom model is equal to value. Let's see. On load model. There's actually nothing to do here just yet. So let's add a to do. This is like a method stub, basically. So what this should do is give you a pop-up, and it'll give you like a menu in order to select whatever you want to load in next. So that's already implemented. I just need to re-implement it, but it's not as easy as a lot of these other ones. On reset model, you know what? I already have this here. Reset model transform. That's a button. Okay, so we need to store the various model transforms as well. Var initial model transform, which is equal to, well, some sort of transform, but we can't set it just yet. Yo. Everyone welcome Soxy to the floor. Hello, how are you doing, Soxies? Model transform. I am working on this UI system once again. So we're no longer doing this stuff. Let me see if I can find you though. Where are you? You're here. We'll just send you. We'll randomize you into a mushroom. Good, thank you. How are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty well. And you? You know, it's actually kind of weird. It's didn't realize it, But in a decent amount of languages, and you is just like a standard part of the language, but it sounds very unnatural in English. Although I suppose in more modern variants of those languages, and the languages I'm talking about are Spanish and Mandarin Chinese. So, okay, oh, got an ad. You got an ad? I'm sorry. Wait, how'd you get an ad? You shouldn't get an ad unless you clicked out. And you? G-U? G-U? Kind of reminds me of the spelling for your kimchi jjigae. Had a housemate in college who really liked to cook kimchi jjigae, which is just kimchi soup. It was pretty delicious though, because it did not depend like at all on your cooking ability. It just pretty much depended on like the quality of kimchi that you decided to throw into a pot. Yeah, I left. Well, thank you, Dead Sect, for contributing to the ad play counts. I don't control when ads play, so there's pre-roll ads, and there's only one way for me to get rid of them, so I apologize. I'm finally using Visual Studio instead of VS Code. Congratulations. Do you like your actual full-featured IDE? Initial bone. Oh, do I already have this? Where are this? Initial bone poses. Hey? Initial bone. Poses. Oh, okay. These are stored on the model. I don't need to store this. Reset model pose. Then I think on a basic model. I'm just setting up my DevOps right now. Oh baby, DevOps. I do DevOps. That's my job. And I absolutely hate it. Rubber duck codes better than me. Hello, Idiot on TV. How are you doing today? How does everyone random just a blue person, by the way? Alright, you can be purple. I'm doing pretty good. That's good. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Let's see. This needs to be. Is it model dot reset all bone poses? It's a good thing I have that just kind of stored. Oh, thank you for redeeming a hydrate, Dead Sec. Let's drink some water, everybody. Purple is actually my favorite color, so that's epic. Oh, it's a good thing I'm a mind reader. I'm actually the FBI. I'm looking at you through your webcam right now. And let me tell you, some of you all total kings. I was about to say degenerates, but should not insult Twitch chat. All right, thank you for redeeming a second hydrate and also reminding me I need to change this really quick. So get your hydrates in before I add a cooldown to it. Redemption cooldown time, 5 minutes. And then max redemption per stream, I guess 100. I don't know, like if you really want to do it, you can, but let's not. Joke's on you, my camera's covered. Who said I was watching you through your webcam camera? Ooh. I'm actually watching you through your phone camera, so have to say a lot of you do need to start cleaning your ears more. It's pretty gross, not gonna lie. Alright, so this is model.transform is equal to initial model transform, and then this one is model parent.transform is equal to initial model parent transform. Ah, one of these. Technically, I'm in your room. You're in my room? Well, that's weird, because I'm in my living room right now. I switched I live in a apartment style place. So actually, I have like an office style room and a living room style room, but I've switched the two since, you know, single dude. It just makes more sense to have a bigger office. We're watching your webcam, by the way. You are technically watching my webcam. It's like 2 layers removed, though. I'm just standing on my mouse. I can't move it. I'm just sitting on it. Oh, man. For like the 1 week I had a cat before I had to give it back because I was way too allergic. I was pretty much about to die. Which sounds like hyperbole, but maybe not. Pretty much, whenever my cat got on my desk, it would just knock everything over. So then, just had to make sure, like, oh, you're not allowed on the desk whenever I'm here. I'm learning C++ now because I hate myself. Very good. Which C++ version? That's the real question. Model. You need to do initial model transform is equal to model.transform. Then this one is initial model parent transform is equal to model parent. That's not how you spell parent. Parent transform. That's not how you do it. This is initial model parent transform is equal to model parent transform. There we go. Doesn't matter. C++. It's C++ and bad. Probably true. I think C++ is fine, especially if you kind of adhere to. It's called orthodox C++. Of course, you can always Google that. So, orthodox as in like Russian Orthodox. So it's a very constrained version of C++. I think it's constrained to being like 5 years behind because it waits for features to stabilize and for libraries to be made to wrap up all the kind of really gross stuff. Yeah, the versions. Yeah, so I think Godot Godot 4 is being written in C++ 11. C++ 17 is out, and they're, I think, about to release C++ 21. I think I saw some news about that. Just like there's different versions of C, right? So you can write, like I have a programming book on C89. I still need to work through, but then there's C99. And those are the only 2 big versions of C that I know about. Oh, like Python 3 and Python 4 and stuff. There is no Python 4, but there is Python 2 and Python 3. Yeah, I learned Python 2 first, and then I just kind of started writing Python 3 because it was more modern. I do have to write Python 2 at work though, which is super dumb because Python 2 is no longer supported. So I think this is good. We do the setup stuff, then I'll grab all this. Yeah. This is fine. Oh, you know what I do need to do? I need to do this. I need to hide. Well, all right. Let's try to keep it together. Let's do one thing at a time. Because there's just a million things I need to do. I trust my hands to type too much. Right now I'm doing a speedrunning game, but it's unique. You have to clip through walls and all that. So it's intentionally broken. Therefore, it's not broken. It's not a bug. It's a feature. Alright, so this is actually not yet implemented. Let's see, which one can I actually do? This one. So if should move model. Okay, so I think these will work. Just like this, since the signals are hooked up, more or less. Right? So we do move model. Yeah, look at that. It works instantly. More or less. Oh, it doesn't work instantly. Maybe it does work instantly. Perhaps. I don't know. You know what? That feels kind of weird. And I know why this is working like this. It's this part. Yeah, I think that should work now. Alright, thank you for redeeming another hydrates. That's it. Yeah. Use glitches to get faster. I'm really good at making bugs, so it's gonna be epic. Angle the duck though. Pathetic. Oh, I can change the expression. I don't really have like a pathetic expression. Alright, let's stay hydrated. Thank you. I'm almost done with my 1 liter of water already. Always a good sign. Anyways, we can do move model. We can also rotate and move model at the same time, which has the kind of really cool side effect of letting you do this. Look at that. And then you can also zoom model. Look, it's so cool now, because it now instantly reacts to your inputs. It's just a duck looking down towards you, telling you that you're pathetic. Is that a request? You're pathetic. Or is that what gets you off? Did I say that out loud? Anyways, we're just gonna ignore that I just said that. No, I do know some people that are kind of into it. Like, please talk down to me. Look at that. Oh, I'm not sure if you were here for it, but you can also type in a custom command to just get a lot of stuff to happen at once. So you can do like a chonk, jump, randomize. So if you just know what you want to do, you can do it. McNugget. All right. Well, not all. It has to be a supported command. Also, you don't no refunds, by the way. As always, I don't believe in refunds. We're running a business here, not a charity. So signal broadcaster, I do need to change this. So bone selected will need to be, do a jump for me, please. All right, what are supported commands? So I should probably have the supported commands written down somewhere, but for now you can be in the cool kids club and you can just remember. Also, why did my name change? So there's me here, and then there's like the other me. I wonder, I don't really know what happened. Who is this? Did someone change their name? But yeah, the supported commands are randomize, or just random. There's duckify, or just duck. Then there's small, spelled incorrectly with SMOL. Then there's chonk, or chonky. And then there's jump. So you can kind of see two of the commands already in the kind of rewards. So there's jump and then there's randomize. But if you do chonk and small, nothing happens, by the way. As expected. Alright, so bone toggled will give you the bone name and the value. So I need to do something about that. Let's see, double toggle. I think I need to just have like a double toggle element. I think that's the play. Is double toggle. Okay, with duckify, do I just do like duckify? No, you just need to like type in duck or some sentence, and then it'll just apply to your username. You don't get to modify other users, no. Although that is a good idea. That's an idea. You could. That might be a fun one to implement. So if you type in someone's username, then all the commands that you send in will just apply to that one person. Yeah, look at that. You're now a duck. And you can type in multiple commands as well in the same sentence. So if you did like duck and chonk, you'll turn into a duck and also be chonky. So I'm gonna do random chonk. Did it not work? Or did I just randomize the same thing? Random chonk. Oh yeah, so now I'm a big mushroom. Probably a bit too big. Let me fling one around. I'm gonna reset the scale. But yeah, that's one of the benefits of writing like the stream avatars-esque program in a game engine, is that you can do game-like stuff in it. Random chonk. So I think it should have worked, right? Did you get slightly bigger? I think you did. I wasn't really paying attention to the layout. And big. Oh baby. He do be chonky though. Let's see. Toggle element. So this is gonna be just a double toggle element. The dub. Let me see. Is this what we want to do? Double toggle element. Let's save it here. Double toggle element. And then we'll need to do clear inheritance. No undo. That's fine. Throw in another hbox container. And then throw in this checkbox here. So this will need to be... oh, they're just duplicated. So there's checkbox 1 and check button 1 and check button 2. And these will have a script attached. Let's see. So there's check button. I wish Twitch made it so you can go back on the stream and see stuff, kind of like YouTube. You can, right? You just have to wait for the stream to end. There's 2 of me, a mushroom, and a person. Oh, are there 2 of you? Are there 2 of you? So there's Soxy's live. Oh. Wait. No. Where's the oh, there is a mushroom. What? Did you change your name? Oh, you know what? You know what? That's a bug. That's a bug. I think. If you, I think I'm I don't really know. Why are there 2 of you? There's 2 Soxies. Or yeah, there's the or there's the big person, and then there's the mushroom here. Oh, but the Soxies live. The big Soxies live does not talk. It's just the mushroom that talks. That's pretty cool. I need to fix that. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that happens. It's probably something to do between like the 2. I'm handling Twitch chat messages and channel point rewards slightly differently. So I'm probably doing some kind of really weird string comparison somewhere. And yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't know. I think after a while you get used to just watching Twitch VODs, but I don't know. You'll get used to it. It's a coping mechanism. So this will be toggle. We'll call this check button 1, check button 2. So this is toggle 1. Kind of like that The stream is more active than yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was Sunday. Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, there is like a different... There's also a second team you win. I did see that. I don't want to remember. Hey, it's hard to say when the stream will be active though, right? Like sometimes it's active, sometimes it's super dead. I don't know. It's just, you know. That's streaming. Oh, also I can't do this. Toggle element. This needs to be a double toggle element. So let's go back here. You know, the kind of inside baseball of streaming, right, is that the more people that you have watching you, the more people that you'll just kind of randomly draw in, right? Because it's kind of like a snowball effect. People want to know what other people are watching. And then once they tune into your stream, it kind of inflates your viewer counts. And then you'll get more people who want to know what everyone else is watching, etc. So, and how does that apply to me? So what I'm doing is kind of, well, it's not kind of, what I'm doing is already like extraordinarily niche, right? It's programming, plus I don't use a real face cam, I just use the duck. I used to use no face cam until I actually wrote the face tracker. But yeah, game dev streams very niche. I'm not even doing a game dev stream right now. I'm using a game engine to write a face tracker. So it's all luck of the draw, right? If you happen to have a large influx of people somehow, either from like a raid or people just randomly clicking on you and just happening to stick around, and if you are lurking, you know, your support is appreciated as a viewer. Yeah. Then the more people are watching you, the more you'll snowball effect. And yeah. Toggle one value. Let's see. Toggle one value is false, and then we'll do toggle two value. And yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, or as it was somewhat known at university among my friend group, a Tim Talk. Because whenever I would get like super trashed, when we ever like go downtown on like a Friday or something, where we would pregame at the house, and whenever I would get into that like super inebriated states, it would just go on and on about just random topics. How strange. Toggle. Set value. I don't think we can set any of these values. What should I make the player? I don't know. Make your player like... I was gonna say like make your player like missing no, but that might be a little hard to read. App manager, log message. Try to set value on a double toggle. Thinking of a bunny because bunny hopping and stuff. Speedrun. Oh, that's interesting. I was thinking like, you know, to explain my reasoning for missing no. It was, you know, glitchiness. If we're talking about glitchiness, missing no is the epitome of internet subculture glitch stuff. Probably more so if you're around my age, but so it goes sometimes. So it goes. But bunny's pretty good too. Bunny's pretty good too. I think a bunny is kind of a hard aesthetic to kind of get around though, right? Are you doing your own art, or are you like looking around for free art assets like Kenny? So this is toggle 1 value. And then this will be toggle 2 pressed equals toggle 2 value. Doing my own art. Oh baby, we have an artist in the house. Let's see. Oh no, this isn't gonna work. Hold on. Untoggled 1. And it's gonna have to be untoggled 2, and it's pretty much the same thing. Except toggle 1 and toggle 2. Because event name button state. Because there's gonna be 2 events on the double toggle. Yeah, I think a bunny makes sense though. If it's a speedrunning game with a focus on going fast. Yeah, bunny hopping. I like it. I like it. I'm trying to think of what other speedrunning things are like iconic. Alright, bunny hopping, that's like a tribes thing, isn't it? Like it actually originated in tribes, and then people started naming other things around that. Because in tribes you would bunny hop to go faster, or is that's skiing in tribes? It's not bunny hopping. That bunny hopping is actually a Half-Life thing? Question mark? Or is that Quake? I think that might be a Quake thing. Internet knowledge failing me. Event name button states. So let's see, base element. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to turn, hopefully nothing's broken. I'm trying to turn this into like a double toggle system. So initially this is really simple, right? Is that you would just send the event name along with the button, or like the kind of label name along with the button. But now I need to, 1, send the label name, and 2, send the specific type of button that we're wanting to modify, right? Because that's how this works, right? Move model, we send a signal, boom, it just kind of works. Because it sends, on toggle move model. Wow. But now I need to think about, it's a CSGO thing, maybe CS not the Go. Yeah. Yeah, I think I played Counter-Strike Source before. I don't think I played the original Counter-Strike before. Not very good at Counter-Strike. I'm okay at Overwatch, but Counter-Strike is just a bit too hard. I don't really get the kind of money meta game, right? It's mostly like, I understand the concept of, you gotta play an eco round, because you gotta save up for the next one. But I don't know. It's too much for me, man. It's a double toggle list element. So this is what I have. What do I need to set? I probably should not have gotten rid of model.xml. So this needs to change. It's a type toggle, mapped bones. Oh, actually, I can just do this directly, I think. Right, I can just hard code this more or less, because all the list related stuff is very, very specific. Unless I'm not gonna actually ask games unless it has auto aim. If so, then I'm a god. I played a lot of Halo on Xbox. I played a lot of LAN parties, a lot of Xbox, or Halo 2, Halo 3. Those are the days. Halo 3 with the custom games. You'd play Train, which is a zombie variant where everyone is just inside of a floating set of containers, and that's your train. And then you have zombies trying to jump up and like knock you out of the train. That's a lot of fun. Oh man, I want to play that game mode again. That's a really fun game mode. And it's also like really jank. I think another fun part about playing train is that it's what is it? It's fun for the zombies as well. Because it's not like your standard zombie variants where you just try to rush someone that's inside of a room. It's like you can get on top of the train and then just try to like hit them with a gravity hammer on top. Oh, that's a fun game mode. Anyways, I go then come back. Alright, well, I'll be here. Dig. Be safe, don't get lost. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do here, so. Let's see, there's the label. Oh, and then I can have toggle label values. Okay, so var toggle 1 label, which is some sort of string. Then a var toggle 2 label, also some sort of string. Because here, if we open up double toggle elements, each of these check buttons can actually have some sort of name associated with them. Okay. So then we'll do bum bum bum. All of these must be set, but since these are one of the few hard-coded elements, I don't feel weird about that. Because there's not a lot you can do in this situation without making this just absolutely horrible in terms of like XML formatting, right? Like I'm envisioning, like if I wanted to do this entirely in XML, I would have to like also define like the kind of elements here. So I have to do like a list, open tag, you know, toggle template. And that's too much. That's too much. I think it's better because the user won't be defining their own lists anyways. So who cares? So match element type. So mapped bones, element type. Wait. What is this code? What? What is this code? Huh? What? What is this actually? This is bizarre. Yeah, so like this part doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this part doesn't make any sense. What? Who wrote this? Okay, so type, we'll get rid of type here. I don't think, element type does not need to be specified for lists. Each list will be more or less hard-coded. What we do need to do, element toggle value, or this part here is the important part. So we'll do phone name, one of these. Boom, boom, boom. And then we also have the current model config, which is where the map bone part comes in. So then this is the bone name, model skeleton get bone name. Base elements, we generate the UI elements with the element type, and then also this dictionary, question mark? What? Data, dictionary. Yes, this makes sense, I think. Yes, this makes sense. So element type, bone toggled, and then we can check a few things. Wait a minute. No. No. It's kind of funny because I wrote this last Thursday, but I have no memory of how this works. Let me think. I don't know. Toggle one value. let's just do toggle 1 and toggle 2, and we'll just make a few assumptions that I'm going to be making a toggle 2. Generate UI element, element type, no longer needed for a list element, because now we'll just hard code it. Right, so element type is defined here. So we'll have to have double toggle. Yeah, let's just add double toggle to the list. So this is double toggle, double toggle. Nice. Well, let's add a space. Why not? Like so, and then we'll handle it here at the very bottom. And by very bottom, I mean just like right here. XML constants, a double toggle. Pretty much all the same stuff. Hit me with a pass for now. We're going to grab the double toggle element, copy the path, go all the way to the top, and we'll just preload it along with all the other stuff. Const double toggle element. You know, I almost pressed caps lock in order to capitalize the first D in double toggle element. And let me tell you, I used to know a girl I worked with who didn't press shift in order to capitalize like the first letter of a sentence. She would actually hit caps lock really fast, hit the letter, then hit caps lock again. I noticed that. I was like, wait a minute, are you hitting caps lock every single time you need to capitalize a letter? And she was like, yeah. Is that weird? I'm like, I mean, yes, but also like, it's not really affecting me. It's just kind of weird. Just bizarre. Let's see. We need to do some funny stuff here. So toggle. Let's see. Element type. Actually, when do I slap in element type here? So generate UI element. This is the tag name. You know what? Let's bring back element type. You know what? Let's not bring back element type. It doesn't make any sense to expose this. So let's just do double toggle. So one of the few instances of just a magic string because it's necessary. And then here, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else for us to assign. Right, element 1 toggle value. And then we also need to do element toggle 1, what is it called? Toggle 1 label is equal to label should be map, and then this one is toggle 2 label is equal to pose. So they could be more descriptive, they could be less descriptive. Of course. So it's like is mapped, is pose, tracked. I guess track is more descriptive, but internally it's just known as mapped. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, let's send it. Hey, it works. These don't really do anything right now though. It is kind of like really ugly though. Okay. So whenever these do a thing, toggle 1, button state, event name, emit signal event, and then we need to pass in just a million things. So what is the event that we're passing in, by the way? So the event is... yeah, these don't actually have an event. Or they do have an event, bone toggled. But then I need to pass in toggle 1 label. And then this needs to pass in toggle 2 label. And then on the receiver, signal broadcaster. No, wait. GUI. That's tough. Call signal broadcast. How do I get part of a list? How do I get a list slice, an array slice? So we go to array. How do I get a slice? Is there like a slice function? There is. Oh baby. Deeply copying upper and bounds inclusive. Begin and... Okay, lower and upper indexes are inclusive. Okay, so this is fairly easy. And then this also returns an array slice. So in events, and then we do slice. Boom, boom. I'm missing a paren. So event slice, and then we need to slice at from 1 to however large the event value is. To size -1. Right? Because these are indices, so if we have an array of size 2, then our indices will be 0 and 1. Our size will be 2, so we want 2 minus 1 to get 1. Yeah. So event value size like that. And so that should work. So then whenever we click on one of these toggle elements on the left here, these are automatically hooked up, so they'll emit the name. They'll emit, and then they'll emit which type of button they were, right? I think that's the dream. Did I do that right? So emit signal events, sure, that's caught properly. Then we have event name, which is just bone toggled, which is this one, which is what we rebroadcast out to. And then toggle 1 label. All right, bone toggled. Yeah. So if we want bone toggled and then bone toggled. What are we setting? It's the. It's track and then pose. Yeah. To lower. And then we also just want to send to lower, since that's kind of like the standard for variable naming is lowercase. Yeah, so we'll send out the event name, bone toggled, which then gets used as our subsequent event, right? So we call this gets dropped. Then we're left with event name, which is bone toggled, toggle 1 label, which is track, or toggle 2 label, which is pose. Then the button state, which is true or false. Then here, we do something similar. So we do broadcast. So we eat the first value, which is bone toggled, and then we send in the rest of the array, which in this case is these two things, which is toggle 1 label to lower and then button state. And then this will still work for single instance toggles, or I guess single toggles. Yeah. And then signal broadcaster just rebroadcasts out. So the bone name, which is this is bone toggle. Toggle one layer. Oh, actually, we don't have the bone name. Oh no, there's like a million things we need to broadcast out. Hold on. So we also need to send out label.text, right? That's tough. That's tough. How did I do it in just regular toggle element? Event name button state. Huh? Oh, because these were specific. All the events beforehand were specific events, which is no longer the case for this. Huh. Toggle one. Let's do this. So we always use the most up-to-date text. I don't know why it would ever change in between, but you never know. All right, so now we're sending out 4 things inside of the event as an array. Right, so now we're sending out the bone, we're sending out the toggle type, and then we're also sending out the toggle state. And then this will receive this. So we broadcast out a new event slice. So it's a new array consisting of the bone name, the toggle type, and then the button states. This is received. Wait. Huh? Wait a minute. That's not right. Hold on. Oh, what's up, Philippe? How are you doing? Passing to leave that lurk for you. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm not... Wait a minute. What does that mean? Passing to leave that lurk. I think that's a good thing. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'll give you a throw. Like so. Just throw you against the wall, but it's okay, you're very bouncy. Made of rubber. Huh. Alright, I'm trying to think about what to do here. Bone toggled. Alright, so what if we do this? So it's just value. Where it's just an array. So it's just value. So we no longer have bone name, but we will have value 1, value 2, and then value 3, which correspond. Let's add a note for myself, a doc string. Let's see. So value param contains the bone name, toggle type, and toggle value. That's tough. That's tough. So then on bone toggled, let me see. We'll go to GUI. Oh, this is the GUI up here. So we need, are we, yeah. We are somewhat hooked up. So let's finish hooking everything up. Do one of these, and then we need to intercept everything properly. So this will be bone name string. This is toggle type, which I think is also just a string. I think it's a string. What am I? Yeah, it's a string. One of the few times I wish I wrote this in C# as opposed to GD script. And then just toggle value. That's not how you spell value. Toggle value, which is some sort of bool. Yeah, and there we go. So then we need to match toggle type. Match toggle type. So then there's 2 types of toggles that we can possibly have. There are What are they? They are track and pose. Track. You know what? Since we're doing everything in GUI, we can actually grab these. These aren't XML constants, but these are just toggle constants. Const. Double toggle constants. Which is some sort of dictionary. And so we'll have track. I'm using this basically as an enum, but like a string enum, since Godot enums are a little underpowered, if you can believe that. So there's track, and then there's pose. Right? And then we'll just reuse everything here. So this will be parents. We'll grab everything from the parents. This will be double toggle constants, track. Yeah, track. That's not how you spell parent. And then, secondly, we'll have pose. Oh, not like that. All right. Then we hit it with a pose, and there we go. Should be fine, and then we'll go back to implementing this. This is pretty much the same thing. So there's track and pose. And so based off which constant it is, then we'll want to change how we handle it, of course. I think that's pretty easy though. So of course we do have the fall through. So app manager log message unhandled toggle received. We'll just print it out for debugging purposes. So this is toggle type, which is why this is so much, which is why generating constants or enums as a constant in GD scripts is better than using the built-in enums. It's because the built-in enums are just numbers, which is painful. But that's a personal preference. So if it's track, then we need to do a few things. We need to do mapped bones. Yeah, we need to add it to the mapped bones. So we'll do app manager cm current model config dot mapped bones dot append. Wait a minute. Oh, and then we need to do a match on several things. That's tough. That's tough. So then if toggle value, otherwise, yeah, so if toggle value is true, then we want to append it, otherwise we need to erase it. And then either way, we'll need to do a model rescan, I think. Huh. So how does the model get this data, by the way? Basic model. Or do I just keep both of them in sync? Because it's not that hard to do. Huh. So I'm trying to remember. Additional bones to pose. Let's see. Scan mapped bones. What does scan map bones do? For bone name in additional bone to pose names. Additional bones to pose names. It's an array string. Okay, well, since we'll have the model, we can do that. Yeah, so we'll just keep both of them in sync, I guess. Oh, and then also, the model will have to pull from the config as well. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll do app manager, config manager, current model, config mapped bones, additional bones to pose names is equal to this. Easy. So additional bones to pose names is equal to whatever this value is. So now we are, I guess, properly setting stuff. Maybe that's not entirely true. Huh. Maybe this is something that we want to handle in the GUI, since we do have this callback here, so on model loaded. Huh. I gotta think. Additional bones to pose. So do I want to do this here in model loaded, which is already handling pretty much everything? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. So this is model additional bones to pose names is equal to whatever this is. We won't handle like any of this stuff, any of the config stuff here in the model. The model should only worry about the model stuff. Especially because I don't think there's no other references to config manager in the model anyways. So we'll do a model, scan mapped bones. So we'll just trigger a rescan. We can take this out as well. So we don't need this, we don't need the initial scan, which is nice. And then here, where is it? Scan mapped bones. Let's grab this. Model. This is where we'll trigger the rescan as well. So whenever you toggle a bone and it's a tracking, then we'll scan the map bones. Otherwise, pose. What do we want to do for pose? Pose, we have several things that we can kind of futz with, right? Bone to move. Where is it called? Should modify bone. That's not it. Where is it? Bone to modify. Bone to modify should be var bone to modify, which is some sort of string, and we'll initialize it as just nothing, right? Because we don't want to modify any bones. So if bone to modify, nothing. However, here we can do bone to modify is equal to bone name. Wait. If toggle value, then bone to modify is the bone name. And then also, we want to do should modify bone is equal to true. Otherwise, else should modify bone is equal to false. Yeah. I don't know. Let's give it a try. That feels good. That feels good. It's really only posing right now, so let's do that. No! Oh, because I didn't turn it on. Okay, so let's do this. Boom. No errors. Oh, baby. He's feeling good. Alright, I mean, that seems okay, right? So, we'll, I don't know, grab the chest. Not quite working. Move model. Ah! Alright, so broadcast move model cannot convert argument 2 from array to bool. Oh. Cannot convert argument 2 from array to bool. Oh, so in the signal broadcaster. Alright, so these all need to be arrays now. So that's just the easiest way to move data around. Oh no. I don't know. Wait, we can make this simpler. We can make this simpler. And by make this simpler, I may make this a lot more complicated, but we'll do if event value dot size is greater than 2, then we'll do this. Right, so if you have more than 2 events, then we can assume that you have many events. Otherwise, we'll just pass you like the raw value. Else, hit you with one of these, one of those, which is just event value 1. So if otherwise, it's like this. Call. Oh, event value, right? Like so. All right. I think that's fair. Still not super sure why this isn't working. We'll figure it out later. This one should work. Yep. Nice. Load model not yet implemented. That's fine. Why aren't these working? So we can go back here. Ha ha ha. So on bone toggle, we do literally any of these, and it's not working. Okay, cool. So, where are we falling through at? So if we go to signal broadcaster, emit signal. Okay, interesting. So we're not hooking them up. So they're not hooked up. I think that's the problem here. So inside of list elements, events, yeah, so these should be hooked up, but they're not. So if data has events, results event name equals data event. Double toggle element, are you hooking yourself up? You are not. Wait, you are? Huh? You are hooking yourself up. Let's think. Self on toggled. Boom, boom, boom. Button states. And we're not getting any errors about invalid event. Huh. Let me see. Let's run it again. I am seeing some errors here. Identifier event. No, that's fine. Right, if we go back here, yeah, nothing bad here. Okay, so it's something with a double toggle, so let's see. Toggle 1. So we are emitting the event. Okay, can we follow it? Physics process, okay, sure. So it is emitting the event, it's just not being caught. Huh. So why is that? List element. Oh, you know what? We need to hook it up here. So we'll do, let's see, connect event to the parent, and then the parent has just an on event, yeah, on event method. So on event, there we go. Send it so we can modify the, not like that. Breakpoint, oh, that's my breakpoint, haha. It worked. Look, haha. It's beautiful. And then we can also track it, but of course we're not doing any tracking right now. That's actually really cool. And then I think this will just work as well. So you can modify many things all at this, only a few things at once. So how does this work? Does it only work Oh, I need to untoggle the other things, but that's tough. That's tough. How do I untoggle everything? So it only takes the first thing that you clicked, right? Since you can only modify one bone at a time. I suppose you could modify multiple bones at once, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see. I think I can connect them to a separate thing. So we can also connect all of these double toggle elements to this one, right? Bone toggled. Func on bone toggle, which will take a bone name, some sort of string, toggle type, also very important, and then also a toggle value, which is going to be a bool. Pretty much the same code that was in the GUI stuff, right? And then we'll do if toggle, let me see, if bone name does not equal label dot text, then toggle to value toggle to dot pressed is equal to false. Yeah. So basically just turn everything else off. So we do need to receive everything like so. And then we just won't use these. Yeah. So we need to connect to a signal broadcaster inside of our list element. So we'll do, let me see. Oh, hello. Welcome. Thank you for the raid, Kalaim. 3, 2, 1. Appreciate the raid. And welcome back, Philippe. Check it out. I think this mostly works, right? So I'm rewriting my UI system. So my entire UI system is now, the entire layout is driven by XML files, which I read in and then just dynamically generates every single time, which means it's possible to, for the end user to modify the UI for themselves, which I thought was kind of cool. And also something like this works, so we can, well, you can't really see with the chest, but if I do something like stomach, also stomach doesn't, bad example, collar works. Look at that. So everything works. These are tracking options. What I need to do now is, oh, this is weird. We should be, oh, we are rotating the model, it's just hard to tell. Oh, and it's also eating some of my inputs as well. That's weird. Yeah, so you can only pose one bone at a time. So I'm working on a way to like untoggle the other things for double toggles. But only sometimes. Only sometimes. So let's see. I think this will work. So we do app manager. Anyways, what were you working on, Kalaim, if you're still there? I'm assuming that you were also streaming. Are you also a Godot dev? Or are you more likely a Unity dev? Nothing wrong with that. untoggled. So connect these two things. It's kind of really convoluted, but don't worry. It's all dynamic, so we don't need to worry. We only need to worry about it this once. And I guess also eventually again once everything breaks. Yeah, I think that should work. Yeah, right. So here we have untoggled, blah, pressed false, which will also resend a bunch of toggles. So actually, let's do if not toggle value. So just ignore false toggles. So then just early return, don't do anything else. Otherwise, if the bone name does not equal the current element's label text, which is the bone name, of course, then we want to untoggle them. So I think this will work. This will probably be pretty slow on larger models. Look at that. Oh, it also doesn't work. No! Oh, it kind of works. Oh, if you do this, it kind of gets confused. So so untoggling works. I think resetting the information that's inside of GUI works a bit less. Let me see. There's a good way of doing this. On bone toggled. I wonder if it's possible to like just turn off the signal really quick. Or if it's possible to like suppress a signal. Right? Because this one untoggled, this is toggled. Or I wonder. Let me see. If it's possible to do this. So inside of check button, right? Check button inherits from base button. Base button has pressed and toggled. Oh, emitted when button is toggled or pressed. Okay. That's actually not really what I want. So the issue here is that it kind of works, right? Untoggling other buttons works. And then you're also able to, modify things like this. However, if I do this, nothing works. And then you need to like toggle, untoggle. So this untoggles. How am I handling all of this inside of the GUI? Let me see. So whenever we get on bone toggled, which is, of course, emitted from here. So the event name is sense, which is bone toggled. That's caught by this, because we just listen for the event signal. So this signal actually contains another signal for us to emit. It's a bit weird, but it totally works. So we do like 3 level. I think it's 3 levels deep of signal rebroadcasting. So we send it back up the tree and then back down again for something to receive it. So whenever we do pose, oh, it's this part. Should modify bone false. That's tough, right? Because this is a timing issue. This is a timing issue. Because when we untoggle something, or I see what's happening, right? So when I toggle on collar, I'm able to move it, right? And then that also means that we've run through this flow on bone toggled. We move through pose. Toggle value is true, so then we should modify bone, right? Then when we click on neck, that's where the problems start. Because, right, we hit the first toggle. First toggle goes, okay, boom, bone toggled. Toggle value, yes, we should modify the bone. This is the new bone to modify. And then all the other toggles receive this signal, untoggle themselves, and then also rebroadcast out to on bone toggled, and then this is set to false. So it's a timing issue. It's a timing issue, or I guess not really a timing issue, but like an ordering issue. Huh. So let me think. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my drink and then I'll be right back to continue thinking about this. Hello. I am back. Alright, so I need a way to like suppress this event. I think the problem is that it's not that easy, right? Because if I go back here, we can just watch the events fire. So I do this, boom, toggle value, yes. And then boom, not. So it untoggles itself. And there's not really a good way to check. There's not really a good way to check that I can think of. Oh, you know what? We can check for the last bone that we just set. Hold on. We can check for the bone to modify. Wait. We can check for if the last bone to modify was the same, and then, no, that doesn't make any sense. Right? Maybe it does. So we check for the last bone to modify. So bone name, bone to modify. And so if we see that it's true, and then immediately bone to modify, it's the same bone, but then it's immediately false. But no, because that doesn't account for if you just did this, right? Oh. We can't just check to see if you quickly toggled it on and off, right? Because that doesn't account for me doing this. If I just happen to want to really rapidly click the button really fast. But what I want is this to happen. But this doesn't actually work. Because when this other one toggles off really quickly, it actually triggers this part. Huh. What if I do... I don't want... I'm trying to avoid doing this, which is emitting this signal, like manually emitting this signal, to like be like, hey, like just should modify, turn it back on. Although I could. I really don't think that's a good solution though. Right, so the solution is I would do this. I would grab this signal here, toggle pressed, and so we basically emit a signal twice. And then I'll have to do additional checking for that. So button state false, but then also bone name will be nothing. Yeah, we'll also pass in nothing. Well, no, not this one. Well, yeah, we'll pass in basically nothing, right? No bone name. But we will pass in the pose, toggle to text. That will work, and then we'll have to check here. So if the bone name is nothing, so if not bone name, then should modify bone is equal to true. Or no, if bone name. If bone name. So we basically just like rapidly turn it on and off 3 times. This is that's a horrible solution, but I can't think of a better way of doing that because I don't control when it gets toggled, right? Oh, actually, it didn't work either. So, whatever. Wait a minute. Is this what's happening? Is it one of these? It's like it's a huge timing issue basically. So we hit caller. Wait, why did we hit this breakpoint? Hey. That's bizarre. Why did we hit all those breakpoints? Did I crash? Wait a minute. Does this still work? It still works. I think we're still in timing issue purgatory. We're still in timing issue hell. So this will not work. So that's good. I don't have to use like the weird janky solution of just resubmitting an event. We could yield, but I don't want to do that. But I do want to untoggle the bone. So, if not toggle value. So if toggle value is false, wait a minute. Yeah. This part is still right. This part is wrong. That's tough. That's tough. If toggle value how would you do this, right? I think the only thing I can think of at this point would be to send a timestamp along with, you know. So on bone toggled, I would also send a timestamp and then compare the timestamp That's not a great solution though. That's very bad plan. Otherwise though, these will just keep sending their own toggles. So button state false. I mean, this can't change, right? Or what if we do, this is not good. Disconnect. We just really quickly disconnect it and then reconnect it. I wonder if this is gonna work. It's not great, but it'll work. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. We just really quickly disconnect and reconnect it. I think the tail is probably moving. I don't know. Rotate model is not working. That's good. Huh. Wait a minute. Is rotating the model handled differently? Should modify bone. Else if you're modifying a bone, we should turn off some stuff. Oh, you know what? Let's just do this. If should modify bone. And then do this. So some of these are not really related, so I guess this makes sense. So now it's a bit more inefficient since we're checking for multiple things all in the same kind of flow. But I think that'll work. Yeah, yeah, you can see I'm sending in multiple inputs all at the same time. Interesting. Yeah, and so it looks like I'm rotating the model, but I'm actually just moving the duck's collar. Yeah, okay, that's neat. So he's done it. I think that works. Surprisingly enough, I think that works. Let's add a note though that this is timing issue when untoggling other toggles. But yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick if I had to say so myself. Let's just add everything to the current branch. Call it implement model screen. Things are working mostly. Let's send it, git push. And there we go. Yeah. And as always, you can find this code on my GitHub repo, or just on my GitHub. A link to my GitHub is in my description. Code is available as OpenCFaceGD. You can find a kind of an old build actually, version 0.5.0. But hopefully once I have this entire UI stuff down, we can cut a new release, which will be really cool. And finally, I'll be able to hopefully move on with my life, since the UI stuff should hopefully be a lot easier for people to just modify themselves if they don't like it. Which I think was a big complaint of a lot of people, is that the UI stuff is jank. And to be fair, the UI stuff is jank. Let's see. What else can we do? What else can we do? Basic model doesn't really need anything. You know what? We can start re-implementing this part, which is the file pop-up. Let's copy the path to that. We'll drop it right into our GUI and see how it feels. So container, I guess this is kind of its own container. So this is like the file pop-up, some sort of resource. I'll preload it. Here we go. Wait for it. And actually, this is one of the things where I'm going to have to reference my old stuff, not this one. Also, fun fact, the current project, the current branch has about 7,000 lines of code. So it's actually still a fairly small project. Fairly small. So, I think it's pretty good considering that I've been working on this for half a year. So it just goes to show you that the hard part of programming isn't writing code, it's knowing where to slap your code into. On load model button pressed. Okay, so this one, fairly easy. Load model, on load model. So on load model. I'm gonna drag this over here. So goodbye Twitch chat for a little bit, unless I look all the way to my left. So we'll do var model selection, or let's call this pop-up, right? This is just a pop-up. Some sort of file dialog equal to, what did I call it? File pop-up. File pop-up dot instance. Right? And then here it's just gonna be get parent, add child. That's not how you do it. Add child. My muscle memory. I got too used to using an ortholinear, and I'm gonna complain about this every single time. Ortholinear layouts don't have the keys slightly offset. In ortholinear, all the keys are just in straight lines, which is supposedly better for your fingers. I don't know if it is, but I did get really used to it. And I'm using a new keyboard with way clickier switches. Not sure if they're super annoying or not, but they feel good to use. I can tell you that for free. Get parent, add child, and then if okay, so here we go. Default load path, do I have that? Default search path, okay. So is default search path, okay, that's fine. So here, if not, no, we'll do var load path is equal to app manager cm, I think it's just metadata config dot default search path, right? Then we'll do some stuff. If not load path ends with one of these, then guess what? Load path plus equals a little bit of raw string concatenation there. And then pop up current directory is equal to load path, pop up current path is equal to load path. Look at that. And then we'll just yield, right? A second yield pop up. And we'll wait for the file selected signal. And then once that happens, then we'll do pop-up.queueFree. Easy. And then what that should do, right? So this pop-up has all this kind of stuff already set. Actually, we don't need to do some of these, but maybe it's for the best, I don't know. You know what? We don't need to do this. We can get rid of these, comment these out. Very easy. Screen middle sends it. Then on file selected sets this thing, set file to load. Oh, you know what? That needs to be changed. Set file to load is now stored in the signal broadcaster. And the signal broadcaster, let's see, app manager, file to load changed. Huh. What if we connect to, we do app manager, connect to signal broadcaster, and it's pretty much the same thing. How much of this did I copy? Like this. So we do this. App manager, set file to load. App manager. Do I still have set file to load in here? I do. File to load changed. Oh, I still have this here. I think that's fine. We need to do SB, emit signal file to load changed. Or SB. Well, no, I think we can. What did I change here? This. Okay. So here we can do boom, app manager, SB, set file to load. I think this will work. Because now we've changed multiple things, right? So base file pop-up. This will now do app manager SB set file to load. So now we're doing everything through the signal broadcaster as opposed to just having the app manager be our big go-to singleton. Now we have a singleton of singletons. So load model displays under the current stuff, but that's fine. We go to users, me, these, these nuts, etc., etc. We can go to, let's go to documents. So we can load in a VRM model, hopefully. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Yeah, it works. And it only works in debug mode. Haha, he's done it. Turns out, I guess it just works, right? Oh. Maybe not. Caller. Oh. Just 172 errors. That's good. Oh, okay, so it's not able to find the bone. Just a quick casual 172 errors though, that's good. Get bone pose, set bone pose. So what's going on here is whenever we do, I'm trying to think. Why would this be incorrect? So, on model loaded, on bone toggled, if we want to set the pose, bone to modify, sure, which won't do anything for now. But here, we need to do find bone, model, skeleton. So we did reset everything, right? So we go into remote. Let's look at our, I guess our GUI handler. Let me see. So we have the correct model, right? That's a correct model. We have all of our requisite VRM stuff. How nice. And then once we try to modify the bones, skeleton, find bone. What is our bone to modify? That's the problem. Bone to modify. Color. What does the model have as that bone? Additional bones to modify. Oh, is it because these are uppercase? Additional bone IDs. Are they uppercase? Did I accidentally like lowercase things I shouldn't have lowercased? Oh no. I think that's that's possible. Yeah, that's very possible. Let me see if I can find the skeleton and we can just look at it. Ooh, or we're gonna crash. Okay, yeah, so these are all Pascal cased. Okay. So it has something to do with how I'm generating the names. I've been pinged on Discord, by the way. Ooh, look at that. Stuff that doesn't really apply to me, but still very cool. So the people who did the VRM library that I'm utilizing, they have made their Discord open to the public, which is cool, I guess. So if you're interested, you can always Google V Sekai. So virtual V. V is in virtual, Sekai as in like if you're a weeb, you know how to spell it. You might find a link to their Discord, maybe. Or if not, you can always ask me, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you may or may not have. Let's see. So it has to do with how I'm generating these. So display name. Let's see. Display name. It's just the data.name. That doesn't seem right. How am I generating just bones? So we do a setup for I and that thing, bone name. Am I doing something weird with the tag name? Oh no. Oh no. Result name. Oh, is it the display name is different? Data name. No, these are the correct names, aren't they? Huh. Model, skeleton, get bone names. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Hold on. We can look at this in more detail. So double toggle element. No, this is list element, right? So let's open it up. We'll load in the duck. And now, since that's already loaded, we can go into this. Set a breakpoint. We'll load in the model. It's still a little glitchy right now, but I just ignore ignore how this is displaying behind this canvas layer. So we'll go into users, me, documents, Alicia, VRM, hit the breakpoint at some point. All right, so what is our bone name? That doesn't seem correct. Okay. Yeah, so it is passing in the correct name. Huh. Am I doing something weird with the name? Just stop. All right, this is the last thing I'm probably gonna fix, and then we'll probably call it. Tag name, match tag name. Wait, what? No, this is the data.name, which is the bone name. Display name, label text. And so double toggle uses this. Double toggle elements. Label text is label text. That's right. And then whenever we send the stuff, display name. Huh. I don't know. That is right. That is correct. Am I just sending the wrong stuff then? move it over here slightly. These we'll do one more time. What is it gonna give me? It's gonna give me them in lowercase, isn't it? Yeah, it gives me all of them in lowercase, which is incorrect. And also, I'm not able to scroll this for whatever reason. So this should be a scroll container, but I guess it's not. So that's another bug. And 2, I'm converting them all to lowercase, even though I've just verified that they're not in lowercase. So in list element, am I doing anything to the bone name? No. Label text. Am I doing anything here? Double label element. Label text. Ha. Print bone name. Just in case anything weird is happening to it. I'm starting to have my doubts. Because that doesn't seem right. Like, I'm not doing anything to the name. It's only the node name, but I'm not even using the node name, right? So... yeah, so these are all right. Actually, some of these are coming as... oh? Actually, some of these are somewhat incorrect. Wait a minute. Some of these are somewhat incorrect. So we're gonna look at the skeleton one more time. Hopefully my PC can handle it. That's fine. Yeah, okay, so skirts. Yeah, so some of these are correct. Just close this. Yeah, I'm not doing anything to it, but it's not able to find the bone regardless. Huh. That's only for VRM. Huh. Not really sure. Anyways, I think we're gonna call it here. Let's just commit everything. Git commit. Implement file loading again. That's good progress. And now that everything just more or less works, right? I just need to build out the rest of the screens again, hook up everything to the new Signal rebroadcaster, and then we should be more or less, you know, back where we started, but with a slightly cleaner code base. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back live tomorrow from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern time, working on probably this again, maybe. But yeah, I'll see you then. You know, requisites. Shout out to all my social media stuff. So join the Discord. Give my stuff files, I guess likes, or no, they're called stars on GitHub. Big sorry. Give myself stars on GitHub, etc. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.